Hi, I'm Joan Lok. I made another miniature dollhouse, and this one is modified from a set called Leisure Time and Afternoon Tea, but I added strawberry stickers and minor modifications, and I made it into a strawberry sweet shops. So let's see how it's done. Hi, for this, I started off with a box called Leisure Time of Afternoon Tea, which is this set, right? And then the box comes with everything you need to put this together. And this is the instruction. Plus, they will give you various things that you can cut out to put into the package, and also, all the parts that they will give you. I'll show you how I customize this. But then for this project, besides this box that I bought, I also added two of my own. And the first thing is I have some origami paper, and this particular design has 4 seasons, and I'm going to use this design. I'll show you how I use this origami paper. And then another thing that I bought outside of this package is actually a pack of stickers. And they are basically 4 pieces of stickers that are in kind of like the style of different kind of strawberries. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this leisure time of afternoon tea into a strawberry sweetie cafe. So some of the things I will keep, but then some other things I will change. So let me show you what I did, and let's get started. This is the supposed end product of this tea time set. And as I mentioned, you see that all the different instructions, they help you how to identify all the parts. And then these are the parts that you start to make your thing. So I'll show you what I did. Okay. Many of the things I actually did it according to the instruction. So I made a little gift box. So this I made right here. And then these are very hard to fold, because what they did is they gave me little things like this. And then I have to cut them out and fold them up into this. Is not that easy, but I did that. So here, these are the little ones that I made, and I think I made 3 of them. And this little box, which is here, and I have to cut and fold them and make them into this little box. So it's right here. And these little ones, what they did is they gave me a little bead, and then we stick both of them together and also put the label there. So these actually is even smaller than the photo. So I made these 3 of them. And then I have this little box made from this. So this becomes this little box. Right? This particular one are placed together by 2 little beads, and then also the label. So I have this here. These are also little beads stick together, also add a label. So that would be this. Oops, it's very small. And another one, different look, also 2 little beads together with a label. This one is also different ones put together. So is basically a kettle. Right. And these are little books. See, for the little books, what they did is they gave me these and then add a piece of cardboard in the middle. And what I did is I actually add like a little bit of wood in the middle. So these I made it in the books. So I have multiple ones here. And these are also, little trinkets that we also stuck together. So these are here, right here. So these are all made according to the instructions. So let me just put all of them in this little plate, right? Okay, so these are all available. And now let's come to the cupboard to put this together. What they did is they gave me this to cut out, but then it has a name that say sunshine. And I actually like my strawberry theme. So what I did is, first of all, I also think that the green is a little bit strong. So I actually color it with a lighter green. And then what I did is, this is where my sticker come in. I bought this set of stickers and they are basically strawberry themed. And they come in 4 designs, one each. And before I purchase them, I actually look at them to see whether I can use them in my projects. And I look around and then I decided to use little ones that can fit into this. And what I did is I actually picked the little clouds one and a little heart shape and another clouds one. So I made the cupboard according to the instruction, but then I changed this into little clouds to match the rest of my design, right? So what I'm going to do is when I put this together, I will put all these, because they recommend to fit all these into here. And I will put a little bit of glue on the bottom before I stuck them here. So when I put them in, they would not fall out, right? So that would be what I'll do on this. So let's put all this together. Now let's see the second page of instructions. Okay, the second page of instructions tell you how to do different pieces of cake, and I do have them. So we cut out a little paper plate and put a glass bead on top of a little block. So, oops, like this is, you see how small it is compared with my finger? So this is that. And I also have a little bit of cupcake, right? So it's like here. And these, you cut out a little bit of, this is kind of like an eraser. And so I have this, multiple ones. And I also make, like different ones here. And last but not least, like another kind of cake. So I have that over here, right? They also have little storybook similar to the last one. So we have covers, which they gave me. This, if you take a closer look, these are actually manga, the Japanese comic strips. And I use them and make little comic books because sometimes, especially in a Asian cafe, they may have comic books for people to borrow to read, just like newspaper in an American coffee shop. So you can pick it up, read it, and put it back. So these are the comic books. And then for the shelf that displays the cakes, I make them. Right, so this is the display shelf. So with all these cakes, what I'm going to do is a little bit later, I will put all of them into this case, right? So let's put all of them here, right? And then we're going to make the cupboard or the stand to put the display case on. And I have that made, right? On the top of it, what they gave me is this. They gave me this to cut out to put on the display. But as I mentioned, I actually would like to make it a strawberry sweetie cafe. So what I did is I look at my design, pick the one that I like. So here it is. So instead of this, I made this. I have different strawberry design instead of what they gave me. So this would be the stand. I'll put the display case on top, right? Now it comes to the pancakes, right? What they did is, let me find that thing. Right here. Okay. These, I made the pancake according to the instructions. And then for the basket, what they gave me is a little piece of paper, and then they gave me a paper rope, and you roll around, and then you can make kind of like a straw basket, right? So I did that according to instruction, and then put the label there. So this is what I did on that. And I also made the little flower arrangement right here. So it's this little thing, kind of small, but so basically these you can display on top of the sink area. The sink area is here. Okay. So I did that. I actually, followed the instruction, and I made this sink, right? And then, of course, as I say, the basket would be on here, and then the flower arrangement would be on here, something like that. But one thing that I changed is actually the logo or the design that is on the side of this stand. What they gave me is this. They gave me a love cake design to put on here. But of course, since I said I'm going to make a strawberry stand, so ta-da, I change it into this label. So instead of this cake, I put this here. So it becomes a strawberry cupcake. Okay, then we come to the laptop. This is kind of like the cash register. So I made this according to instruction. I thought of changing the screen on the laptop, but then I, think that this looks pretty neutral enough. So I kept that. So these are what I made for that. And for the stand, I did the same thing. I built it according to the instructions. But when it comes to the decoration, they gave me this to put on. But as I say, like this is a little bit too cookie cutter. So what I did is I also went to my stickers, and I picked one that I really like. And ta-da! Now we have ice creams. So we have strawberry cupcake, and we have ice cream instead of the one that they gave me. So that's that. Okay. So we put this aside. When we put them together, I'll show you the end result for that. Now we come to the little things on a table. So I have a little box that I built out from here. I built a little box. And then, of course, like they also gave me things for a cup of cappuccino, and also little eraser that I can cut, and they look like cherry blossom cakes, right? So the whole thing together, I put them on this table. You notice that I actually stuck them there, so I can carry them without them falling off. And I will be doing the same for the cake displays and also for the cupboard. I will stuck them there. Okay, but that's that. And then we have what they have is they have a lollipop stand. So I built a lollipop. Okay. I also built a different individual lollipop. Okay, so these are the ones that I have. So these are that, and also the lollipop container, which is a little glass bead, but with a label on that. So these are that. But what I didn't do is this. This is actually a stand that these are the Chinese characters for lollipop. And as I say, I think it's kind of self-explanatory that this is a lollipop stand and this is a lollipop. So I'm not going to make this. So I actually, ignore this. But what I did is when I built a card that put the lollipop on, I built it according to the instructions. So all of them are according to the instructions. But what I did is the front has nothing, but I found a lollipop sticker from my design and I place it right here. So it's very obvious that this is a lollipop card. So I will, a little bit later, I will stick this and these onto the card to make it look like this, but then this will be a lollipop card, right? So put this back here. Now we come to the stand. I built the stand according to the instruction. So this is the stand. But when it comes to the flower, what they did is they gave me different wire and asked me to cut, different pieces of leaves and things like that to make into the wine for the stand. But what I did is I actually used rice paper. I made green rice paper, and I think is a more natural looking plant on that. So that's a little design. How to make this, I already talked about it in my customized miniature home, the little house, dollhouse. So if you want to know how I did that, basically I have green rice paper cut into various shape and then I roll them up. Okay, and I'll show you a little bit later when I talk about the flower basket, right? So here I have this right there. And I have little cotton box, which is here. I have to cut them up. And what I did is I made them into little box like this. So I have this. And I also made, according to the instruction, a little stand, right? And of course, little glass bottle with beads stuck together. And then a little bit later, I will stuff this onto here to make this stand, right? Now we come to the furniture. For the furniture, we have 2 chairs. So I made the 2 chairs according to instruction, so there's no change there. They gave me a little teddy bear. I may or may not put it there. So let's see how I feel when I put the whole thing together. Now we have the flower stand. And this, there's no change. I did it according to the instructions with little flower, the box together. And for the flower basket, right? Remember the paper rope that they gave me? After making the first group for the basket, for the pancake, this is the entire amount that I have left. And honestly, it's not enough to make one more basket. So this is what I did. I'm a sumi artist, so I have to say that I have lots of rice paper at home. So what I did is I found one of my sturdier rice paper, which is this is a dragon cloud, very sturdy rice paper. So what I did is I just pick up my rice paper, and you don't even have to pick up used rice paper. You can pick up the ones that you have painted on. So coincidentally, I have some painting that I was painting some kind of plant on it, so it has some woody color on it. So what I did is I cut a small strip out, and I'm going to make my own paper rope by just do this. Sometimes some people put some glue in their hand, but I, just have the dry hand, that's fine. And basically you just roll and roll and roll it really tightly, right? If you roll them really tightly, eventually what you'll get is a rope. And you see the colors will become naturally, like different. So I'll show you what I did. I made rope like this, okay? So really long one, right? And then with this, I have enough to actually make this basket, which is to just roll them together to make a basket. And this is what I made. Yeah, this is the one that, because I don't have enough of what they gave me, I actually made my own rope. And see this brown shade? It's actually creep up, which I think is kind of neat looking and natural looking. And then the rest for the flower and it's the same. For the label is the same, but then when it comes to this paper, I want a variety of green. So what I did is I also went to my rice paper and that has some green shade, and then I cut according to what they said. But basically, I think there's more variety of different green. And so there is what I made into. Okay. And these two, this one I made according to the instructions, right? So this is this, and then this one is this. So they're pretty close to what they recommend, right? And then for this, I made it according to the instruction. And for the top, what they gave me is this, okay? And this is nice, but I like, as I say, I want it to be a strawberry sweetie cafe. So I also, on top of that, I added a strawberry and a little heart. I think that looks pretty cute, right? So here, and last but not least, they do have a clock and a wall decoration on the wall of the cafe. And I also altered them into my strawberry theme. And for this, I kept the numbers, but then to cover this koala bear, I add my strawberry design on it. And then for here, I actually just change it into a strawberry design. All right? Okay, so let's put all this together. So I will, after I put all of them together, we will see how it becomes. And let's go to the next one. Okay, the next one is an apron. According to the instruction, they hung an apron on one of the wall of the cafe. And the apron is not made of fabric. The apron is actually this paper cutout that they recommend, like add a little bit of, the paper rope on the top, and then just maybe wrinkle it a little bit to make it look like a cloth apron. I do better than that. What I did is I went to my scrap fabric and I find a piece of blue fabric. So what I did is I made it similar to this shape, but you see here, I have a real cloth one. So I think it's a big improvement from, like hanging a piece of paper, pretending to be cloth. This is a real cloth one. And I've copied the design. So I have a little pocket in the middle. I have this, like added for the neck. But then for the flower design, I also went to my paper stickers, and then I pick up, one of my flower design and put it on the apron. So I think it's pretty nice. So that's that. And for the sign for the cafe, what they did is they gave me this, which is, because as I say, the name of the cafe is called Leisure Time. So it's like Leisure Time Cafe. And you put it onto here. But what I did is I went to my stickers and I actually cut out the one on the top because I do think that this one fit perfectly into this circular design. So, and it's also both-sided. So it's just perfect for this. So this become that, this become that, right? Okay, when it comes to the door, I did it according to the instructions, but I think it's a little bit high to put it in the middle. So I actually put it a little bit lower, right? So I think this is, more natural looking. But then this is a pretty nice design to stick these into a little handle. It's quite convincing, right? Now, it comes to the signs here. This sign is actually the Chinese word that say open for business, open, right? And then I like that idea, but then of course, as I say, I like my strawberry theme. So what I did is I did my open design, but then I have my word open written in one of these stickers, and then I cut out a circular paper, and then I replace this open sign with this. Okay, so I think it's a pretty clever design. And then what the stat recommend is also like it's also a door here. And then what they gave me is this. They gave me a open word and also cut out two of this and then stuck it on the wall. So it will have the word welcome and this on the one of the doors, all right? They are nice, but what I did is I also went to my stickers and I picked the one that matched perfectly with this. So this is actually a perfect match for the strawberry. So I stuck it here and then also put the word strawberry instead of the word welcome, right? Because I think it's a pretty nice match. And then what I did is I also added one more sticker of strawberry jam in the bottom. I think this looked a lot more like a strawberry cafe. And besides, after I stuck that together, the word open will be here with a strawberry, which I think is really a lot cuter, right? So let's put this away. Okay. And then we're almost coming to the, end of what we need to do. Okay, this is basically the top of the cafe. And then of course with the growing plants like here. So I did that. And then I also did it, with rice paper, right? So this becomes that. I will be working on the lamp a little bit later when I'm finishing up the design. So let's come to the sign, right? What they did is they gave me a piece of wood and two extra pieces. And what they initially gave me is this. Because the name of the cafe is called Leisure Time, afternoon tea. So I'm supposed to stuck it here and then cut out these two bubble tea design and then stuck it into these two and put it on top like this, okay, which is very beautiful. But as I mentioned, I have a strawberry sweetie cafe. So what I did is I went to my stickers and I picked the one that I like. And ta-da! This is what I made. So instead of this, I have my design with an ice cream cone and a bubble tea. And the rest I will have cakes, sweeties, and also a little card. So I really like this change from here to here. This actually kept, which is a little flag. I think it's a nice design, so I kept it. So this is exactly like that. And let's look at the last part of this, right? There are little things as well, because for example, like they have another sign that's called, this is also the Chinese word for open. But as I say, because I have a strawberry cafe, and besides the one on the door that say open, I also, have another one that will be on the other door. And according to the design, they stuck it kind of here, but then when I put it together, I will have another one. And I picked a strawberry jam, and I hand wrote the word open on it, and this will replace this, right? So now we come to, how I'm going to use the origami paper. Okay, I will be, making the various supporting parts according to the instruction. For example, various floor already did that. This is this, okay? And then, different floor, this, okay? But then when it comes to the door, the wall for the cafe, what they gave me is this for the rice paper. I mean, for the wallpaper. Okay, and they are nice. They have a pink theme, which is the theme of the cafe. But if you take a closer look, I really don't like the word Lolita fashion. It keeps saying Lolita fashion, and I don't think it's a very good theme for a cafe. I don't like the word Lolita fashion. So what I did is I went to my rice paper collection, and I have this origami rice paper that is the 4 season colors. And I picked, out of various design, I picked this one. So what I did is, instead of using this two for the wall, this is what I made. For this one, instead of this, I made this, okay? And then for this one, instead of the Lolita fashion, I made this. I have to say that I think this is really nice. It also matched this pinkish color for a lot of the furnishing. And I do like the cafe to have this wall instead of a Lolita fashion wall. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, with all these parts that I have talked about, and all these, I'm going to put the strawberry sweetie cafe together, and I'll show you my end product. Thank you. Let's start putting some of the things together. We have prepared all this stuff, so now this is kind of the easy part. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some almond glue in here, right? And then for the wallpaper, we have the clock and the decoration around here. So this will be, kind of the same location. So what I did is actually quite simple. I just, put a little bit of glue on the back. And then this is big enough. I'll just use my hand to just place it here. Okay. And then my little decoration for the strawberry. And I think the strawberry look cuter with this tilted. So that's that, right? So press a little bit and then leave it to dry. So that's done, right? For my door, I want my open sign to be inside the handle. So I put it inside. And again, I'm just going to have a little bit of glue on both ends. Just touch on both ends. And then put my sign inside. Now, sometimes you find your fingers too big, so you have to use a tweezer. Let it dry. So I leave it there and let it dry. So, okay. See, for this, we'll put the cupboard on top, right? But before I put the cupboard, let's put all the little cakes inside the cupboard. So bring on my cakes, right? And then let me see. Let me bring out the reference of how the cakes look like in the arrangement. So this is the recommended arrangement, but you can do it any other way, right? So this is my cupboard. So I have my okay, so just a little bit of my glue. One, right? One more. Two. Now I have two cupcakes. Three. Four. Oops. Oh. That's why you need a tweezer. Sometimes the fingers are too clumsy. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, the second layer, let me see. Got the green one on the bottom with this too, and then this one in the middle. Well, I may want to change it. I may want to change the bottom to have the pinkish one. Okay. Okay, so I have the pinkish one on the bottom. Make sure that they're evenly distributed. Okay. And then I'll have this one with a cherry on top. In the middle. And then my green one, out like a sweet roll. Twist it around to show the dimension of the cake. Oops. Okay, not enough glue. So one more. Okay, so I twisted a little bit, but then I have this. It looks pretty good. I like that, right? Now what I can do is I can put this on here. I can do two things. I can leave it like that, or I can stick it there. So, I'm not sure, baby. Okay, maybe I'll stick it. So, all I need to do is to just put a little bit of glue on the bottom. This is just to make sure that it won't fall off. It doesn't have to be really hardly stuck. So here, I'll leave it to dry. Okay, and according to the instruction, they actually leave two of the books on top of this here. So if we like, we can put, like these here, but I haven't decided yet. I actually want this to be in a more prominent place. So I'll just leave this for now, but I have this done and we are going to put it aside as well. Now let's go to the cupboard. See, for the cupboard, this is the recommended display, and I have my cupboard here. So, and I have my, various kind of interesting thing to put inside. So let's see how it goes. And you don't have to do it exactly the same way, right? So here, let's see. We have a cup of coffee on the bottom. Looks all right. Let's see. Okay. And then this little box, which I did a lot of effort to make, we're going to put it in here. That looks all right. Okay. And then this little box with a little panda design, I'll leave it here. Okay. And then these three little things, which is kind of like chocolate or gourmet. I'll put this here according to the recommendation. One more. And I want them to look nicer, so I want to line them up better before it dry, because once it's dry, it's very hard to pull them back out. Ah, that looks good. Okay. Now we have this little jar, which I think is kind of nice. Oops. Oh. Ah. Again. Okay, I probably need more glue on the shelf. And two more of these bottles. And one more. Oh, stick. Oh. I usually not tape how I make this, but so you know how long it takes for me to do that because I'm more a painter, but that's what makes it so challenging. That that and these I want to switch a little bit. I want to put this on this side because I think this one looks pretty nice. I'll show you because I can't tilt it. I'm afraid that it will, you know, fall backwards. So I'm going to do this now. You may not see this as much as well, but a little bit later I'll turn it around. Good one. All right, can I tilt it? Yes, but I want to make sure the label is showing. Label showing. Yeah, right. Stay a little bit. These two bottles keep falling backwards because I'm turning it. Okay, now I have this and this. I think it's kind of too crowded. So I'm just only going to put the kettle in here without adding this little bottle. And I'll put the books here, but this is what it looks like now. I mean, this keeps tilting backwards, so I can't really show you this now, but I'll show you at the end. I have to make them stand vertically and dry before it. Come on, keep falling down. Because once it's dry, it's very hard to move them. Okay, so we'll leave this alone. We'll go to our next one. Our next one is actually the lollipop. Lollipop. Yeah. See the lollipop stand? So what I'm going to do is just something very simple. I'm just going to stick this into the stand. Okay. And all I'm doing is I'll just put a little bit of glue and then drop my lollipop onto it. Oops. And now stuck this somehow here. that would be my Lollipop card. Okay. And for this, I'm going to stick the flour, and actually just stick the pancake to my pancake here, right? And then my flour. Maybe somewhere here, right? So this will need to dry. Okay, let's see. Okay, here I have the open sign, and I want to put it on the door. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick a little bit of glue in my door sign, and let's just put it right in the middle here, and let it dry. Okay. Now come to almost the last part. Let's put together the cash register. So this is basically a laptop. So all I need to do is put some glue on here and just stuck it right in the middle. That looks good. And then the keyboard. I just use my finger. So that's my cash register. So leave it to dry. And last but not least, this one is the little stand that is on the wall. And it has 3 of this little bottle and 1 of this little monster milk. So this here, that looks good. This is big enough that I'll just use my hand. Oh. Okay, so this is how it looks like, but I have to put it like this and let it dry. Okay, so after all this little ones has dried, we're going to put the whole thing together. So let me just do a review of these little things. And of course, all our little kits. Sign. Sign. Oops. And this. And this. Okay. I have put the resultant dollhouse together, but then here are some of the things that are different. From the instructions, there's a music box, and they would like me to put it on the side and hide it behind a wall. And then on top of that wall, we'll put a green, kind of like an awning, in front on top of this. And what I did is I kind of ignored it. The reason being, I have made so many doll houses that they all have the same music, and it's kind of a little bit boring. So what I did is I actually ignore that. So I am not going to stick this together to make that little compartment for the music box. And then another thing is, if I do that and put my little wall and awning here, I think it's kind of very dark for my here for my fans. So I actually like to have more light for it to be seen. So I'm not doing that. And let me show you some other things that I've done that is different, right? See, I'm not putting this because I think it's a little bit too dark. So I ignore that. I do like this little puppy that they gave me. And so I keep him here. And I do like that. I add a little flower bed. And then for this little door, in the instruction, it doesn't move, but then I kind of like it like that. So I made it move. And then another thing is, the dollhouse actually gave me only, like one side, but I find different ones. So I put it on both sides so it can be read on both sides. And all the other changes you kind of seen, but like minor things. For example, my little lollipop card, I put additional stickers to it. And this is how it looks like. One thing that I like to do is I like to not stick my things together, because if I want to, I can pick them up and look at them. And this is something that I did. Let me show you. Oops. Remember the little manga book that I talk about? I like it, and I want it to show. And instead of putting it inside a green cupboard, I put them outside and I put it on this coffee table. So whoever sits on this chair can actually read this manga book. And the cover and everything is very detailed. So I kind of like that a lot. Okay. And let me see, what else did I change? I usually don't stick my things together, so everything is still kind of movable. And then another thing is the top, I also make it movable. So if I want to, I can open it and then I can take different parts out to look at them instead of having them permanently stuck to my dollhouse. So here and here. And it used to be books here, but I put the little gift set, the gift box here. Let me see. And all the things, they're stuck. And let's see. So this is how it looks like. So this is the wheel from above. And I want to show you the wheel from sideways. So let me see if I can do that. All right. Yes, I can. All right, so just unfocus first. All right, now, so this is the dollhouse, the strawberry sweeties. And if you take a closer look, of course, I I drop all this. So little teddy bear come back out. And lollipop card. And the door can open. And I also like the wallpaper that's no longer say Lolita fashion. And then the little apron is hung here. And I also have the open sign on both sides. So this is technically my miniature dollhouse. That I made. And the open is on both sides. Yeah. I basically use a masking tape and hinge it like this, so it actually can open. The initial instruction is not really opening. And in the initial one, original one is also is not opening, but I have this being able to open. And I like it more than to have the wall and maybe the cover. I think it's a little bit dark, right? So I'm ignoring that. Okay, so this is my little dollhouse. Okay. And here you go. I really have a lot of fun customizing and deciding what sticker to put on what to make it my strawberry dollhouse instead of a bubble tea shop. I really like what I changed, and I look forward to customizing another miniature set. Thank you. Bye-bye.